You're listening to Tehachapi with Key Budge, Tori Costello, Greg Garrett, and Ashley Whitmore.
It's Tehachapi time, Key Budge. Today joining me, Jeanette Pauer from our Greater Tehachapi Chamber of Commerce. Jeanette, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's nice to get a chance to talk about all of the things going on in our community, and you take care of that, and you really look at our business aspect too. And we talk when we have grand openings, ribbon cuttings, those kinds of things, everything that you touch through the Chamber of Commerce. So thank you for coming back once again.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about what's going on in our businesses.
And now here we are, the beginning of July, summer events, all kinds of things are taking place.
I know, it's an exciting time here in Tehachapi. You know, we always seem to have something going on the weekends, but July we really start ginning up for Mountain Festival.
I know, and that's going to be in August. Mm-hmm. What are our run dates? Is that August 18th?
August 18th, 19th, and 20th, and it's the 60th Tehachapi Mountain Festival. Isn't that spectacular?
Is that the Diamond?
Diamond celebration. Yes, it is.
So
yes, it is.
Go way back to, 1963?
That's correct.
My goodness.
That's correct. I actually have a 1963 Corvette ready to take our marshal for the parade, ready to go. Yeah.
That's going to be cool.
I think so.
So what is it the parade that kicks off the weekend?
Well, you know, it's a 3-day weekend that is jam-packed. So on Friday the 18th at 7 o'clock, we kick it off with the rodeo.
Okay.
We kick it off with the rodeo, and then 7:30 that same night we have a home football game against Burroughs, and that's always fun. I love it when we have football games the weekend of Mountain Festival because a lot of people come home.
Yeah.
And it's like a big giant homecoming, and football is one of those parts of it. So we kick it off Friday with the rodeo and the football game.
So we got some Friday night lights, we've got the rodeo, and the day before we actually wrap up our farmers market. So
That's right.
It's kind of, if you get in there on a Thursday, you can hit the last farmers market of the year too.
I forgot about that. You're right. And then on Saturday the 19th, we kick off the day with the parade. And that's a lot of fun. This year we're going to have a marshal for the parade, which will be Dal Bunn, the Citizen of the Year. And then we're going to have, the rodeo right behind him. We do have a new starting place for the parade. So if you're interested in being in the parade, you can go to Eventbrite to register. You can stop by the Chamber of Commerce to register. But please be aware that we're starting differently this year to kind of streamline the process and make it run a little smoother. We start registration or check-in at 7:30 in the morning. By 9, we're done. By 9:30, we start the parade, and we finish up at Phil Marks Central Park. But please, just remember, the starting is going to be different, and you need to register prior. You can't just show up.
Now, when you say the starting, we're talking about the staging location.
The staging is going to be different.
So we're moving the staging location where it used to be adjacent to the Kmart. We're bringing it in a little closer, tightening things up, and we're doing that with all of our parades.
That's correct.
So we kicked it off with the Memorial Day Parade. We had everyone stage beginning on F Street, starting at Mill and working their way back towards Mountain View. It's a nice wide portion of F Street, wide enough to go 3 deep if they need to. And then it also frees up a little bit of the area in front of that senior housing off of Mountain View. So it really tightens it up, and I think the parade, what we saw for Memorial Day weren't as many big gaps.
That's right. And that's important because we want it to be active and we want people to get excited about the next float and not have to wait. And it's also safer, I think, because the more consistent we are in having those floats come down, the less likely we are to have an issue.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So and it's just gonna be fun and exciting. So yes, that's Saturday morning, and then it ends at Philip Marks Central Park. And 10 to 6 on Saturday, we have the Arts and Craft Festival. I have to tell you, I am so excited. We have so many local artists, more than we've had in a long time. So we've got woodworkers, we've got people who do T-shirts, but they make the T-shirts themselves. They design it, they print it themselves in their own home. We've got jewelry makers, basket makers, American flags out of recycled metal. We've got a gentleman, his name's Geronimo Bridgewater, who makes airplanes out of recycled metals. So I'm really, really excited. There's going to be more arts and crafts, and the few commercial vendors that we do have are local. And so it's really changed. Our beer garden is going to be probably twice the size it's been in the past. And we've got this amazing banner that wraps around the beer garden that shows a photographic history of Tehachapi. And it shows the historical branding irons and photographs of where the murals came from or where the ideas came from. It has the 5 different spellings of Tehachapi before it was, an incorporated city. So I'm really excited. J.R. Long over at Tehachapi Signs spent probably 6 months designing it. All the photographs are accurate. They're either from the Araya House or the Historical Society that Charles White worked for, or they're documents from the U.S. Congress that he pulled to show the registration of the earmarks and the brands. It's really I think it's a museum quality piece. So please come and see it.
I know how much work you've put into this and making sure that everything was authentic, and then when it was one thing that you could make a banner and you commission a graphic artist to go ahead and do it, but you made sure that everything was real.
Well, thank you. So the banner, I'm actually pretty proud of it because it's 90 feet long, 5 feet tall, and it divides into 3 different sections. And each of those sections where it divides, it looks like a fence post with barbed wire on it. And the reason why we have it is so that, let's say the city of Tehachapi has an event, or the railroad has an event, or the Araya House has an event. They can borrow these banners and use them for backdrops for music festivals, fundraisers, educational programs, or because they're 30 feet long, they'll fit on 3 sides of a 10 by 10 tent. They have 0 branding on them other than the branding irons themselves. So it's going to be something that our local nonprofits can use, our educational programs can use, and we can share with people who aren't familiar with Tehachapi, the history of Tehachapi, and for all the people who've moved here, they should know, this is one of these unique towns that have multiple generations of descendants from the original people who created this community. Yeah. So it's exciting. So I could see it being used for the next 20 years and being beneficial because it's about the history.
That's going to be wrapped around the beer garden.
That's correct.
And that's at Central Park.
Yep, it's going to be right by the gazebo. You won't miss it. And I've had many people look at it and just be awe-inspired by it. They didn't realize. One lady told me she'd heard about earmarks, but didn't realize that earmarks actually meant the way you would cut or snip the ear, and that you could register that. So it just talks. It's just a different way of life.
When we talked to TMRA at the Western
lifestyle, absolutely,
and what Tehachapi was kind of founded around.
That's right. That's exactly right. But we'll also have local bands that are playing, from Blue Mustard to Cary Park to Blue Mountain Tribe and to Bear Mountain Boys. So those are all local bands. They'll be playing, and we'll have music in the background. And it'll just be a great day to walk under those gorgeous trees, enjoy some wonderful food, and shop from local artisans.
It'll be very nice.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, if you can't tell. But here's the cool thing. So at 6 o'clock, the Central Park closes, and then at 6 o'clock, Green Street opens up. So it's closed down at 6 o'clock for Green Street Get Down. We were talking about this earlier. So like in 1929, right there on the corner of Green and F Street, the lights were lit for the first time in downtown Tehachapi, and they had a dance. And a dance had kind of continued throughout the years, from the 50s to 60s. The 60s was more disco, 70s was, it progressed over the years, and it died out about 10 or 15 years ago. So we're bringing back the dance, but we're bringing back the dance to the original spot of the dance on the corner of F and Green. But that's from 6 to 10, and we have breathtaking bands. I'm so excited. Derek over at West Lane Brewery arranged everything, but we've got Mule Skinner Revival, we've got Soda Crackers, and we've got 3 Bad Jacks, and these bands are fantastic. It's free. Come and enjoy it. Dance. We're actually just blocking it off for people to dance. There's going to be microbreweries and a couple of food vendors there, just in case you get hungry. But bring your chairs, bring your kids, and have a good time. It's going to be a nice family-oriented event.
Yeah, it's going to be family-friendly, and that's the key to it. And I've been a part of that planning session
absolutely.
with you, and there's a lot of different entities that are coming together to make it happen.
That's right.
To make it a free event, and we're excited to participate in this. So I think that'll be another nice addition.
Well, it's a great event when you sit down for an hour with a bunch of people and it's planned, right? So, Jessica here at the city, Derek from West Lane Brewery, Sergeant Dunham over at the police department. We've got Tyler at Public Works, myself at the Chamber of Commerce. We sat down, divide and conquered, and it's beautiful. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be another element to Mountain Festival where you can come for the rodeo or come for the football game or shop during the day at the Arts Center, and then hang out with your friends in the evening and listen to some great music.
Yeah, it's going to be something that you won't want to miss.
That's correct. And then Sunday.
It's not over.
It's not over. And then one more thing. So Sunday we've got Green Street closed off from Saturday night for the festival, music festival. Then Sunday morning, Green Street and F Street will be blocked off for Thunder on the Mountain, a 200 classic car show. I think we're about 60% full or 50% full right now, which is great. That's what we want. I think we start staging that at 7 in the morning. By 9 o'clock, everyone should be in place. And then, of course, by noon, everyone starts their engine, which is why we call it Thunder on the Mountain. And we're really excited. We also have a gentleman by the name of Ian Rousseau. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not, but he has a TV show called Full Custom Garage. It's on Prime, on Amazon. I think it was on the History Channel at one point in time, but he is the premier custom designer. That was a huge draw last year, so we asked him to come back this year, and it's really exciting. It's going to be a great show. We've got an amazing logo. Again, JR Long over at Tehachapi Signs made the logo for us. It's outstanding. The guys are pretty stoked about it in the car show. We have volunteers. The T-Town volunteers, the T-Town Rebels are volunteering, and they're parking all the cars this year. Yeah, it's a little different this year, but I think it's going to be really, really exciting for the participants.
Very good. So that's on Sunday.
That's on Sunday.
Okay. What else is happening on Sunday?
And then, of course, the Sunday we've got the arts and crafts in the park again, and those are from 10 to 4. We close a little earlier on Sunday, but we also have, I forgot to mention, at 9 in the morning. The Nazarene Church provides an outdoor church service in the park, and it's a beautiful church service. And they bring donuts and coffee. And I want to say last year there was probably about 100 people with their chairs and blankets. It was really nice to see.
I love our hometown feel, all the way through. We still these are throwbacks. We're turning back the clock, to what you'd see in the 50s and the 60s. And we just still embrace that, here in the 2020s.
That's right. It's amazing to me because this is generational, right? People have come when they were little, and now they're bringing their grandchildren. So it's a generational event. And this year we're putting out tables and chairs and umbrellas under the trees. I spoke to a woman. Her name was Stephanie, and she always gets there early Saturday morning to put her family's blanket out. That's where they have met every year. So her cousins, her nieces, her nephews, her aunts, her whole family knows to go to this one spot and look for that one blanket, and that's where they meet. And so I thought that's a really great idea, but there's a lot of new people to the community who don't have that history. So this year we're going to provide tables and umbrellas so they can maybe start their own tradition as well.
Love that.
Yeah, thank you. So that's it. Other than we do have a luncheon. And then the Chamber has some exciting news. Claire Scotti is now going to be the executive director at the Chamber of Commerce, and we're very, very excited to have her. She is what we need in the next phase of the Chamber growing. Her skill sets are amazing, and I think she's going to add a lot of polish to the Chamber. And she and I sat down this morning, and some of the ideas she came up with blew me away. So we're very excited with her forward thinking and the Chamber. And then, of course, on July 18th, we have our luncheon. We don't have luncheons in August because of the Mountain Festival. And we have a dynamic duo. We've got Assemblyman Vince Fong and Brigadier General Matthew Heiger, who is the 412th Wing Commander. And he's getting ready to leave. General Heiger is leaving in August. It's very hard to get one of the wing commanders out here, and he's going to talk about what's going on at Edwards and do some Q&As. And same thing with Assemblyman Fong. He's going to talk about some legislation that he is promoting and some things that he has concerns about and things that he's excited about. And then again, Q&A. So normally our luncheons are only an hour long. Because of this unusual opportunity, we will be running late, just to give people a heads up. So it'll be from 12 to 1:15 at least at Big Papa's Steakhouse. And that you can register for that for Eventbrite. And if you're interested in registering your car in Thunder on the Mountain, that's on Eventbrite. Same thing for the parade. It's on Eventbrite. So you can go to Thunder on the Mountain Car Show for more information about the car show. You can go down, get to Green Street Get Down, and that is another website that has the information about the music festival. And of course, you can go to TehachapiMountainFestival.com and get information about all of it.
Love it.
Okay.
Man, I'd say
just a little bit. I need more coffee.
Yeah, August is slammed. July, we've got some great lead-in type things, and I've got a few here in July that I'll share also. Reminder that every Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m. we've got the Farmers Market on Green Street in downtown that ends on August 17th, the kickoff basically to Mountain Festival. Also, we've got household hazardous waste drop-offs. We're going to do something new. Kern County Public Works usually does it every other Saturday. We're one of the only communities that gets the household hazardous drop-off twice a month. They're going to do it twice in July, but they're going to do a Friday and Saturday. So instead of 2 different Saturdays, they're going to do Friday, July 14th, and Saturday, July 15th, back-to-back days, and try something different for the community for those that work weekends, and that's going to be from 9 to 1. Free drop-off out at our Tehachapi landfill. Coffee with the Mayor, Thursday, July 20th, 7:30 to 9. Join us over at Commons Cafe. We'll pay for the coffee. You help us provide the conversation. Get a chance to meet the mayor. We'll also have our new police chief, Richard Standridge, out there. Get a chance to chat with him. And then also, Houchin Community Blood Bank's going to be here on Wednesday, July 26th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Another blood drive. Every 2 months we do this at Tehachapi Vineyard Church on Pinion. We work together in collaboration with Vineyard Church, with Houchin, with Tehachapi Valley Healthcare District, and ourselves to promote this event. And we encourage the community to come donate platelets, plasma, or whole blood. Platelets and plasma help cancer patients and burn victims, so it's just a critical need. We set up 2 beds in one of the classrooms, and they're able to take the plasma and platelet products, it's a big deal to make these donations.
Yes, it is.
Tehachapi always turns out. And then we get about 60 people, it seems like each time now, to donate whole blood, so we've got a very successful drive. But there's always room to add a few more people to swing by. And you can sign up for that at HCBB for Houchin Community Blood Bank.com. Follow our social medias. I'll have links to those leading right up to July 26th. So, wow.
I know.
A lot.
I know. Our little town has a big heart, though, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
a lot going on and a lot of fun. And I can't believe July's here.
Yeah, and this is July and August. This is kind of a little combo podcast that we put together. Jeanette and I try to get together and just talk about things around the community. Are there any other businesses or things to look forward to? Do we have any other ribbon cuttings to look off into the distance?
Most of them are going to happen in the fall.
Okay.
Early fall, late summer. They know that summer is a busy time and it's hard to attend. So Woods Family Pavilion will be celebrating their 40th anniversary. There's several things, but it's I believe it's after August.
Okay, so as soon as we get through Mountain Festival, we look
I
to
agree.
start to kick off the ribbons, cutting ribbons, and having celebrations of business anniversaries or grand openings. All of those things are coming in the fall.
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. All right, Jeanette, how can people follow along with the Greater Tehachapi Chamber of Commerce, your social medias and website?
Follow us on the Greater Tehachapi Chamber of Commerce on Facebook, and always, go to tehachapi.com, and that is the Chamber of Commerce's website. So, and of course, you can always email us at chamber@tehachapi.com. We are a 2-person team now, which I'm excited about. But this time of year, we are running in and out, meeting with different entities, walking the park with the police chief, the fire department, yada yada. So, email us or call us at 822-4180, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Perfect. All right, folks, if you have a question based on what we talked about today, you can send it to me at media@tehachapicityhall.com. We'll get it to Jeanette, or we'll answer the questions. If you have a suggestion for a future show, let us know. We're here to make sure we're providing the information for you, our listener, and we appreciate the time you spend with us. Jeanette, thank you.
Thank you so much, and have a great day.
All right, folks, we'll catch you again soon right here on Tehachapod.
Tehachapod is a conversation about Tehachapi, featuring the community members who make this such a special place to call home. If you have a question or a thought you'd like to share, email media@tehachapicityhall.com. Thank you to Gary Mazzola for sharing his song, This is Tehachapi.